Hello, my name is Dan Stratford. I'm with C1 Partners, and today I'm going to talk about link building and off-site optimization. So this is my team at C1 Partners. My two business partners are Dan Smink and Alan Schill. This is me right here. And we also have Peter Kent on our team. And Dan Smink brings to our team an excellent background in over 20 years of traditional marketing, messaging for large companies, product development, and his expertise helps us develop the right messages for our clients so that their websites and marketing materials convert. My background is more along the lines of digital marketing, where I've been involved in SEO and other forms of internet marketing, including being Google AdWords certified since about 2004. Peter Kent wrote the book SEO for Dummies, the original version, and writes a new version of it about every 18 months, as you can imagine. And he also travels around the country as an expert witness on high-profile internet cases. He's currently on a case for Facebook. Alan Schill is our SEO and authority link building expert who runs our team that develops high-quality content and top-notch, probably one of the best in the country SEO, including off-site SEO and link building. Together we have a very knowledgeable team, and we've developed this training session that we're doing today regarding search engine optimization and off-site optimization. So this is part of our series called the Digital Dialogue, which I'll just summarize here quickly, where we talk about the importance of driving traffic, converting those visitors to your website, to customers or prospects in different stages of the buying cycle. And also we talk about publishing content on your site and off your site and then measuring and analyzing. So we have a whole series on this, and this part happens to be around off-site optimization. So today we're going to talk about what is link building and off-site optimization, 6 reasons or more that you should want to deploy link building for your website and your online web presence, how to start building links today, and link building tactics to avoid. We'll also discuss Google authorship, a little bit about white hat versus black hat SEO, and then how to measure link building success. So when we talk about link building, the simplest way to describe it is the process of encouraging and establishing relevant inbound links to your website. So imagine you go to another website, and on that website you can click a word or a picture or a group of words or something that says your website, whatever it is, you click that and it takes it to your website. The search engines also follow those links from website to website. When we talk about off-site optimization, it of course includes link building, but it includes more than that. So we'll talk a bit about Google authorship and the importance of that to your off-site optimization. Social signals, where your site is mentioned on different social sites. Social signals to content that's linked to your website. And links that are linked to your site, and also the importance of great content in off-site optimization. Great content leads to more and better links. And it's important to realize that with off-site SEO, 2 things I want you to understand. There's no magic bullet. Going out and just doing one thing is not going to rank your site. And if it does, it could just be for a short-term benefit. And so balance is important when you're acquiring links and other types of off-site optimization activities. Biggest reasons to employ or deploy link building on your site. One is it can significantly improve your rankings on the search engines, and some SEOs would argue that off-site optimization is more important than on-site optimization, meaning that it's vital that when you create a website you make it SEO friendly, that you optimize the content, the title tags, the description tags, etc. However, no matter how well you do that, and no matter how much content you add to your website, it seems that off-site optimization combined with a good on-site web presence will make a huge difference in your rankings and will drive you to the top of Google. And this is because search engines see links to your website as references. And also, the domain authority of other websites get passed on to your site if you do link building and offsite optimization correctly. Offsite optimization, which covers more than just link building, will drive more traffic to your website. It can drive more targeted traffic if you do a really good job. It'll improve your site authority, as mentioned previously. It'll improve your website's reputation and your business's reputation. And the bottom line is, these activities will increase your sales if they are done correctly. The biggest challenges of link building and offsite optimization. One is it's very time consuming, which we'll talk about in detail. The better the link is that you're trying to get to your website, the harder it is going to be to get. And this can lead to frustration because of the time you spend trying to get links, because you have to establish relationships online to get other websites to link to your website, to get social mentions from social accounts and age social accounts. You have to have relationships. And all of this can be expensive, whether it's time, but also one thing we see that costs people a lot with offsite SEO is they will waste money on insufficient programs. And the metaphor I like to use is it's as if you spent money building a 50-foot bridge to get across a 200-foot body of water. You might as well keep your money rather than spending money on a bridge that's not going to get you where you need to go. Of course, really bad link building, really bad offsite SEO can be very expensive because you can get penalties, which will drive your rankings the wrong way, down away from the top of Google, and sometimes by 10 pages, 50 pages, sometimes by only 1 page. But these penalties are costly from a time and money perspective. And it requires persistence to get links, somewhat of a technical aptitude. You don't want to be a total neophyte if you're working on getting links. And you have to be able to measure results. So how do you measure results when you're doing link building and offsite optimization? We'll talk about that a bit. And again, if you do offsite optimization incorrectly, you are likely to get penalized by Google, probably more than the other search engines, but definitely Google. So let's talk about some examples. So link building, getting links to your site from any other site. A guest blog post is a good way to get a link to your site. Directory listings can be an excellent way to get links to your site. In both of these cases, you have to be careful though, because if you write a guest blog on someone else's blog, and the blog itself has been penalized by Google, or is a spammy site that people buy a lot of links from, or if it's a site that has a lot of advertising on it, affiliate marketing, any type of blog that you buy that isn't blog placement that you buy on a blog that does not have credibility, in fact, may be penalized by Google, can hurt your site. So you have to know how to vet out blogs before you even consider getting a link from the blog or contributing content so that they'll link back to your website. Directory listings, same thing here. I am not talking about the type of directory listings where you pay $300 or $50 or whatever it is and you get thousands of directory listings to your site. Those are typically going to do more harm than good, or maybe they just do no good, and that's the best case scenario. There are directories that are important to get listed on. Like you could consider Google Local a directory, the Yellow Pages directory, Yelp. We'll talk about some more directories that make sense to get listed on. Not to mention, of course, vertical directories in your industry that you would like to get listed on. It can be very important to offsite optimization. Press releases can be good as well. The problem is people have abused these in the past and tried to over-optimize press releases. So there's a way to do press releases correctly, and there's a way to do them and that they will hurt your web presence. Local citations, this is another kind of directory play, if you will, but if you can get other websites to list your address and phone number and they're good websites, Google and other search engines see this, and it helps your rankings in their local directories like Google Local, Bing Local, etc. Link baiting, and while that baiting sounds like a bad word, really all this is contributing really good content to the internet, whether it's through your blog or other blogs, but specifically if you're blogging with very valuable content on your website and people are picking that up and linking back to it, then you're going to get some good link juice back to your website. And you'll notice the more you put good content on your website, the more this will happen. Social media. So social media, when we talk about offsite optimization, is important, but let's talk about it a little bit more in detail. Okay? When we talk about social media, we're talking about mentions and other social signals being important. Getting a link from social media to your website in and of itself doesn't do that much to rank your site. What it can do is the more mentions you have about your website, about articles that are linked to your website, or press releases that are linked to your website, or guest blog posts that are linked to your website. If you get those socially mentioned in Facebook and Twitter, maybe LinkedIn and other sites, it will add value to those web properties. And if those web properties are your website, that's great. And if those web properties are linked to your website, it helps improve the value of those links. So social media has an indirect effect on your rankings and may have some direct impact on your rankings, but what I don't want you to think is you can just go out there and get a ton of social media links and that is going to be the way to get your website ranked. Again, not much direct link value. Regarding Google authorship, what I like about Google authorship is what this does for you is if you have your Google Plus account, your Google personal Google and business Google Plus account, it's a social media play linked to your website. It's going to be linked to your website via an email. And when you go out in your industry and you comment and you contribute online to other blogs and other sites and give truly valuable feedback in the comments section or guest blogging section, Google tracks that back to your site. So you don't need to go try to spam someone by commenting on their blog and putting a link in the blog comment. Google will track that you commented on a blog, you responded, you're engaging socially online, and then the more you do that, the more you get credit as kind of an individual online. And if you're linked to your website, that'll help give your website some credit. So again, this is a bit indirect, but what I like about it is it's a legitimate way to improve your web presence without trying to get people or going to stick links on people's comment section on their blogs. So let's talk about link building. What increases link juice or value? Link location. So if the link is on a website that has a high domain authority, it's very highly rated in the search engine's eyes, that is a good place to get a link to your website from. Domain authority of the page. So a website might have a lot of authority. Interior pages tend to have less authority than the home page. And so getting a link from the home page can be more valuable, but also getting the link from an interior page that has a high domain authority but may be more relevant to your business could be valuable as well. This is where we get into relevancy of content. And when I say relevancy of content, it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to go out and get links from other blogs where the whole blog or the whole website is about your business. But if the blog post or the article on the site is relevant to your business, your services, your products, what you do, what you serve, that kind of thing, then that can be valuable as well. It's a brand new domain, so don't think you can go out there and just throw up a bunch of websites and start getting links from them to your website. That would be a fairly cheap way to get links. And remember what I said earlier, the cheaper the link is, probably the less value it has. .edu and .gov links are very tough to get. Google and other search engines seem to like them. The reason they're hard to get is because you and I cannot go out and buy a .edu or a .gov. We can buy .coms, .nets, .us's, other things, but not .edus and not .govs. Only educational and government organizations can do those. When we talk about types of links, so there's a keyword link. And so in this example, the words keyword link are linked to another site. So ostensibly I would click on that and it would take me to another website. That is a keyword link. A naked link, where someone puts your domain name URL, if you will, this whole thing on there, including the http:// on their website. That is a naked link to your site. Now, the nice thing about keyword links is that it can help to tell what your website is about. So if you have you sell skis, you could have the word skis on another website linked to your website, and that helps Google know what your website is about. Be careful though, you do that too many times, you can be penalized. A branded link would be a link via your business name. So for us, if someone puts C1 Partners on their website and links to us, that's wonderful. It's a great way to get a link. Now, in the past, businesses tried to do a ton of these keyword links, and that could cause you to be penalized. So you want to have a balance, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Follow, no follow. So a follow link is, or whether a link is no follow or follow, is determined by the owner of the website from which you're getting the link. Both of these types of links are good. Arguably, follow links are better because they pass on the domain authority from that website to your website. So one reason that websites may not allow links from their website to your website, or some of their links to be follow, is because they don't want to pass their link power over to your website. Having said that, a no-follow link can still be very helpful in your OffSite optimization, because even though it says no-follow, it does get followed by the search engines. It simply means that the link juice does not get passed on to you from a power perspective, from a domain authority perspective. Site-wide, not site-wide. So a site-wide link is you have a website that's linking to your site, maybe in the footer or in the blog role. And when that happens, typically every single page of that website will be linked to your website. The best value is the first link you get from a website. Typically, the more links you get from that website, they have diminishing value. A site-wide link can actually be a bad, if all you have is site-wide links, it's not a good thing. You can be penalized for that. So you don't want to get too many site-wide links. In fact, some of those companies where web developers, where they put their link at the bottom of every one of their clients' websites, have potentially suffered a penalty from that. Picture and graphics, you can get links from pictures. So this picture, link juice, energy drink, could be linked to a website. And again, warning, too much of a good thing can be bad. If you get all links from high domain authority websites, if you get all links from keyword links, if you get all follow links, if you get all site-wide links, right? That's not a good thing. So you need to have a balance of these types of things. So let's talk about what decreases link juice. No low domain authority. Now, I'll caveat this by saying that if a site has low domain authority, it doesn't mean it's a bad site, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't get a link from it. That generally won't hurt your off-site SEO strategy. In fact, it probably looks more natural to the search engines if you got some low domain authority websites, again, not spammy, not penalized sites, but just a site that's not quite as highly ranked as others. That can look natural. So getting those links are not bad, but the value may be decreased a bit. Getting a ton of, if a website that's linking to your website also has links to hundreds of other websites, that can diminish the value of that link, and it can look bad, but worst case scenario, it could look bad coming from a spammy site that has a ton of those types of links that they're selling, but the best case scenario is you just simply don't get that much link juice from it. If a website has a ton of advertising or affiliate marketing on it, then that can be a sign that it's a bad website and you're not going to get much power, maybe even penalized out of it. If it's a temporary link, it can be decreased. And not that these are bad, but sometimes when you get to guest blog on a website, the initial blog post resides on the home page. As time goes on and more blogs are posted on that blog, these blogs get moved to the second page, the third page, an interior page. And so they're kind of temporary, and they go from a page of high domain authority to a page of low domain authority, and that can reduce the link juice or value. Truth is, you should get links like that anyway, because those are natural types of links to get. Some links you get are going to be permanently from high-value website pages. Some are going to be from low, and that's okay. We're just saying that reduces the link juice. And again, as I mentioned before, site-wide links, links from duplicate and or irrelevant content that diminishes the value of the link. Don't confuse this with if somebody happens to do what we call curating content, where they like content on one blog, they reproduce it on their blog, and they cite the other blog, and they link to your website. It's not necessarily a horrible link, but it's not going to have as much power as a link coming from original content. Russian, porn, gambling sites, anytime we see a lot of these types of links to someone's site, these are not only decreased value, but these can have a negative impact on your rankings. And then repeated links from the same domain. As I mentioned earlier, the first link you get from a website, it has more value than the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all the other links that you get. Doesn't mean they have no value, but they have much less value than the first one. And you look at no follow, branded, redirect, and naked. Those can be lower value, but they're still good to get because they look natural. It makes sense to the search engines that you would get some no follow links, that you would get some branded links, you would get some redirect and some naked. So good thing to keep in mind. In fact, it's important to have branded and naked links to your website. They just may not have what we would historically or traditionally call high link juice or high link value directly. And low link diversity. So if you have only one or two different kinds of links to your website, that's going to look a lot less valuable than having diverse linking to your website. So let's talk about how to start link building today. First things first. Business goals. What are you trying to do? Have you done your keyword research so that you know what keywords and content you're going to have on your website that is legitimately about the search terms you're trying to be optimized for? A competitive analysis. How competitive is your market? These are the things you have to check off before you even begin to do link building. What links are going to be important for you, and how many? So you can use a competitive analysis to look at the links that your competitors have and see if any of those links would make sense for you to get. And you can also see from a quantity perspective how many links your competitors have typically. Link strategies to avoid. Cheap, high volume links. If someone tells you they'll give you thousands of links for a couple $100, probably a really bad idea. Submitting a website to thousands of suspicious SEO-friendly directories. Again, these are becoming a thing of the past, and if you spend time and money on these types of solutions, you may hurt your rankings rather than help. Site-wide links. Placing a link to your website in the footer of other websites or in the blog roll of a blog can do more harm than good. Only follow links. If every single link to your website is a follow link, you're going to get a lot of juice, but that might look a little suspicious and manufactured. So here's an example of too much text linking. So this is a client of ours that came to us because they were penalized. And one of the reasons they were penalized is they had a bunch of websites linking to their website via the words aluminum fencing. And when 21% of the links to your website are from one search term, that looks spammy and manufactured to the search engines. It does not look natural at all. So we are in the process of recovering this site from a negative link building history, and it's taking time, but by adding good links to their website that aren't via the term aluminum fencing, which seems a little bit counterintuitive, and by helping to eliminate some of the links they have to their site via aluminum fencing, we're improving their rankings for the search term aluminum fencing. This is an example of how link building that worked 12 months ago or earlier is now causing problems on websites. This guy's rankings tanked, and he lost about 90% of his traffic in one day from a Google algorithm change last year that penalized this type of behavior. So this is not a good strategy. Over-optimizing press releases. It's okay to do a press release if you have a legitimate reason to do a press release. There are a lot of good reasons for PR, but don't try to stuff a bunch of keywords or any keywords in the press release and link them to your website. Rather, link via your business name or naked links. Over-optimizing articles, blogs, or anything. So again, doing a ton of this type of keyword links, footer links, that type of thing. Overdoing anything. This is really what you need to understand. If you overdo anything, you don't have a balanced approach to getting links to your website, you're going to be in trouble. Getting too many links too fast, that can cause some problems. Getting only one type of link, we talked about that. Only high-value links. It doesn't make sense to a search engine that you would only get links from websites with high domain authority. It makes more sense that you would get some links from high domain authority and some links from low domain authority websites. Leaving comments on blogs just to get a link. I myself got burnt by this years ago, where I was back in the early 2000s. I left a comment on someone's blog and put a link to my website in it. The guy posted on his blog post an example of how I was a bad SEO, and then he put my name in the blog post, which meant if you Googled me, my this bad review about me personally popped up on the first page of Google. I quickly fixed that and never did that again. So I can tell you, any good SEO has made some of these mistakes that you see on this page. The better SEOs are not making them anymore. Buying links from link exchanges. Reciprocal links where I link to your site and you link to my site, it's not necessarily a bad thing if there's a real reason for doing it, but if you're just doing it hundreds or thousands of times to get links, don't waste your time or money doing that. Swapping links with just anyone. I would only trade links with somebody that I really wanted to recommend their website and they really wanted to recommend my website. Otherwise, why would you swap links? Spinning profile pages or content on third-party websites just for links. Not a good idea. This is a strategy that was employed a lot, probably still is in some cases, where content, one article is spun into hundreds of articles and posted on hundreds of blogs and linked to your site. Google can detect and see that this is duplicate content, and so when you're putting content on other websites and linking back to your website, you want to make sure that it's 100% unique content, or at least 90+% unique content. Is there ever 100% unique content anywhere on the internet? Probably not. But spinning content and shooting for that 51% unique is not the strategy you need to employ. You need to write new unique content, have it written to put on blogs and linked back to yours if you're going to do that strategy. So let's talk a little bit about analyzing links. So this is an Ahrefs link analysis, and you can see this is a client of ours who had the majority of their links were coming from no-follow sources, and over time we've improved by getting good content out there and getting good links back to their website. We've improved so they have more do follow. The other thing that we did was eliminate their site-wide links. So they used to have a ton of site-wide links that hurt their rankings. One of the things that they were being penalized for, and so this report from Ahrefs, you can see what your link profile is, and ahrefs.com is a free tool that you can use. You can get this information with the free version. So let's talk about how to start link building today, and specifically with your business goals. With SEO, one reason people want their site to rank is for their business name. And we call this anchoring your referrals. So it's important to have a strong web presence, even if your business is mostly driven by referrals and repeat business, because if people can't find you when they search for you by name, then you could potentially lose that referral and have an unsatisfactory customer experience for your current clients. So it's important that you implement good, solid, foundational SEO strategies so that your referrals can find you. And the good news for businesses like this is SEO, it does not take a ton of effort. You just do a lot of things correctly. You maybe do a little bit of link building or getting some other sites to link to you, like in Snow Sports Industry of America linking to your site, or other industry associations linking to your site, can really help you make sure you anchor your referrals. Of course, you want to make sure when they get to the website, it's a website that represents you well. Remember that more people are going to see your website than are going to see your door, are going to see your products, are going to see you. So you want your website to represent you well online. The other type of SEO or kind of driver of search engine optimization and getting your website to the top of Google is to drive client acquisition. And there are some businesses out there that can drive 25 to 75 to 90% of their revenue can come from having a well-optimized website that ranks well for the products and services that they offer. If this is the type of business you're in that's more competitive, off-site SEO is a vital piece of your search engine optimization strategy. So we talked about this a bit, but let's just look at it here, compare it side by side. The old way of off-site link building looks manufactured. The new way looks natural, or hopefully is natural. We talked about this, spinning content, where you take one article and spin it into 100 different articles with a find, replace, synonym tool, is going to do more harm than good in the long run. Building great 100% unique content on and off your site will help you acquire quality links to your website. Google bombing with text links. This refers to, you used to be able to Google bomb people. For a while, if you Googled miserable failure, George Bush would show up at the top of Google. And then below him for a while, it was, I believe, Bill Clinton or Hillary Clinton maybe. But this was the strategy of just getting a word linked to your website from thousands or hundreds or whatever websites. And now if you overdo that, you're going to hurt your rankings more than you're going to help. So balanced link text. And this is how we look at this. We look at, if you're going to get links to your website, try to get a third branded, about a third naked. So branded is your business name, naked is just your domain name with the HTTP in it, and then keyword text. If more of a third of your overall links are via keyword text, this can look very suspicious to the search engines because it just doesn't make sense. It's hard to get links from other websites via keyword text. Buying cheap links, bad idea. All high PR links, all follow links, all site-wide links. Again, you need balance. Getting thousands of directory submissions, bad idea, can possibly hurt your rankings. As many links as soon as possible, not a good idea. So it's really about balance. High PR, low PR sites. PR refers to page rank, scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10 that Google has. That's how they determine domain authority. Follow, no follow. You don't want site-wide links. And this is important here. Trickled out over time. If you're getting links naturally, then they're not all going to happen at once. They're going to happen day in, day out, maybe in spurts. Maybe you get a couple this week, maybe you get a couple next week. But you're not going to get 100 on the second Tuesday of May, right? Social signals. More and more, this social signaling wasn't even a part of the old way. More and more getting social signals to your site, about the links to your site, is going to help everything look much more natural. Again, about balance and looking and being natural. So we talked about doing keyword research. We're not going to talk about keyword research today in all that much detail, but knowing how competitive your terms are can make a big difference in how much effort you have to put into off-site SEO. Long tail opportunities. If you have a well-optimized website, and you write a blog post around a long tail keyword, maybe it's a question, you'll find that your website can rank fairly easily. competitive analysis. You want to see what kind of links your competitors have, how many links they have. And we're going to talk about some of these tools. Ahrefs, SEO Moz is one. Majestic SEO is another link tool. And Google and Bing Webmaster Tools can be a good source for your own business's link profile. So let's look at this. So we have this patent attorney, Denver, who's actually a client of ours. And if you look for, if you do the search term patent attorney Denver, you'll see that the term's fairly competitive. A fairly competitive term, not one of the most competitive terms, but fairly competitive. And we pulled this data from a tool called Spife. Cost per click in AdWords is about $8, and his competitors have links ranging from 1 to 70 links. So you can see Volk Patent Law has only 1 link, and they're typically down in the places. So we start to look at this from a quantity and quality perspective. And the iPatentAttorney.com site, .co site, is at the very top. Right below that is us-patentattorney.com, and they both have 60 to 70 links. So you would think, oh, that's a good thing. They've got a lot of links. They're ranking well. Colorado Patents and these other ones have a lot fewer links. So you would think that, hey, these guys have more links than these other guys, which is why they're ranking above them. And to some degree, that's true. They do have more links. And if you look at this, they're also increasing their links over time versus their competitors whose links are decreasing over time. And this is where we look at link velocity. I'm going to show you another example of this. So here's a DUI lawyer, the term DUI attorney. Competitiveness, it's a little bit more competitive. Cost per click's $80. Competitors' links total have 65 to 141. Now, the guy at the top has only 65 links. Why is this? 2 reasons. One, link velocity. They're going in the right direction. These guys have been losing links over time, and Gieman is increasing links over time, and these are quality links. So this graph says nothing about quality. This does tell us we've got a negative link velocity here and a positive link velocity here. These guys are starting to head back up, but guess what? They've lost a lot of ground that they need to try to make up for. So it's important to be consistent on your link building and forward thinking and planning ahead. We did this analysis for summitsports.com. So they're currently ranked below the local and 3 competitors if you do the search Ski Shop in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Why is that? Well, their competitors' links total of 65 to 31, and these guys have 55 links. Now, they're still on the first page, but how do they get up to that top 3? How do they get represented in the places? And how can they maybe get above the places? Now, one thing I'll notice here is that there's a Yelp, and whenever I see a Yelp, that doesn't worry me because Google tends to like local websites better than national directories when given the choice. So Boyne Country Sports, 64 links. Skiers Peak, 31 links. Summit Sports has 55 links. Why are they below their competitors? Truth is, we're not going to know 100% for sure, but they're doing a good job of keeping up with their competitors. This makes sense. I mean, they're practically in the top 5 organically already, but these guys have a good positive link building. Maybe they have a little bit higher quality. There may also be an on-site factor that needs to be addressed. Again, it's not all about off-site. So in looking at this situation, again, this doesn't tell me anything about quality, but it does tell me about quantity. So the other thing is with the Ski Kids, they have a good location. They're close to the center of Bloomfield, and that's one of the reasons they're in this top 3. They've probably also done a good job of local optimization. So even though they only have 1 link ostensibly to their website, according to this tool, they have done a better job of local optimization even than Skiers Peak. So you need to look at what we call citations if you want to rank here in combination with doing the traditional type of getting links to your website that gets you ranked here. And again, Ahrefs, if you use this tool, and you go over and you click on links over here, it'll show you the links that your competitors have, and you can see if any of these links make sense for you to get links from. So let's talk about building an off-site website, an offsite link building and SEO strategy. First thing is you want great content on your website and on-site blog. Now, how do you get all these quality new customers to your business? One of the first things you can do is go out and get listed on directories, and we'll give you some examples of directories here in a minute. But good directories like yellowpages.com, your local Yellow Pages, Google local, Bing local, those types of places. Google Plus as it's called now. So that's a good idea to get links there because your competitors have them. You should probably have those. And by the way, the reason this arrow points directly is because some of these directories are going to drive calls right to your business. So they're not even going to go to your website. They're just going to call you. They're going to review you. Thinking of Yelp and other types of directories. So getting listed in these directories is a good first step. Industry directories. So if you're North Face or K2 or another snow sports industry company, getting a link from the Snow Sports Industry Association is an example of getting a high value relevant link and possibly even what we would consider an industry directory because they have directories. They essentially list all their clients on their website, and there may be other vertical directories in your market. For lawyers, it's lawyers.com. There might be in your industry you need to look and see, and you can do that through the link analysis of your competitors. So getting high value relevant industry sites to link to yours is great. Again, it can result in direct clients. It can also help boost your domain authority. Relevant article content. So there's only so many of these high value relevant industry sites that are willing to link to you. But if you can get articles written about your business or related products and services on any site, but the article itself is relevant and it's a high quality site, for instance, Yahoo News, the Wall Street Journal, may not be all about your business, but getting an article on there linked back to you could be valuable. Links from high PR sites. So yes, sites that have high domain authority, high page rank. PR stands for page rank. It's a Google way of analyzing a website on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the best. If you can get links from these sites in a legitimate way, not in a spammy way, and they're good sites, then you want to get links from those. You just don't want all your links to be from that. And beware, some websites have a high PR, but they don't have a high domain authority because they've actually tricked Google. So you have to be sure that when you're getting links from article sites, blog sites, other high PR sites, that you have vetted out the site to make sure it's not been penalized and therefore it won't pass a penalty on to you, right? So you got to be careful about all three of these getting links from them to your site. They have to be vetted out. And then social media signals. So social media links to and from your website. You're going to share your blog post on social media, which could lead back to getting links back to your site. It could lead to business by driving people directly to your business, foregoing or going by your website. And then it's also going to help give credibility to your articles and blog contents that are out there. So social media signals and sharing of content. Why not share the day you get a link on an industry site? Why not share that on social media? Then we look at Google authorship. And again, it's an indirect connection to your website. You set up your Google Plus page, your Google authorship. You participate online, and then that gets directed back to your website kind of indirectly. Web 2.0s and aged accounts. This is where you get into more of what SEOs do, where you go out and try to get your articles and blogs shared and linked to from Tumblr or Blogger.com, those types of things. And .edus, .govs. If you have a legitimate way to get a link from an educational institution or a government website, whether it's follow or no follow, in fact, you should say that about all these links, whether they're follow or no follow, if it's a high value relevant industry, if SIA is only willing to link to you via a no follow, that's still a good link to get because it shows that you're a credible company. And again, Google authorship, talk about that a little bit more in detail. It links your comments on other blogs and sites. It also improves your visibility. So when someone types in Denver SEO, we're number one 95+% of the time with my picture there, and that helps conversions. It helps build relationships with our prospective customers. Let's talk about getting citations, directory citations. I'm not talking about cheap directories where you give them $100. In fact, Moz Local has this great new service that for $50 you will get your information submitted to Axiom, Info USA, and Newstar. And these three companies are what Google and Bing and other directories go to either get information about your business or verify information about your business that you've put into their directories. So this is a good way of getting your business name out there. It's cost $50 a year at the most to get submitted to all three of these through Moz Local. So strongly recommend if you're a local business that you do that. You want to look at getting, let's look at these other directories. So in the past, Yahoo is a big deal, business.com is a big deal. If you can get listed on there because your competitors are, that could help give you some credibility. None of these links in and of themselves are all going to just get you to the top of Google in a competitive market, but they're a good idea to have them. I might suggest nowadays forgoing the $300 a year spent on Yahoo or business.com and doing other things, because I'm not convinced in the value of these anymore. Lawyers.com, if you're a lawyer, that's just an example of a vertical directory that you might want to be a part of. And avoid mass directory submissions. You don't want to do these mass directory submissions outside of this type of thing here, where you pay a couple $100 and you get thousands of directory submissions to your website. No longer a good idea. Press releases, again, good way to get lots of links, mixed quality, good start. It's a good signal for other links. In other words, if there's news about your business online, and then you're getting picked up on local websites and blog directories and all these other places, that makes sense to Google. And you're getting picked up on social media. So getting press about you is a good way to begin to get links back to your website. The problem is you only want to link to your homepage via a naked or branded link, and even within your article, why not link to other high authority sites? So if I was doing a press release about joining the snow sports industry of America, I might have that press release linked to my site and to their site. That looks legitimate. And don't overdo the press releases. We see this all the time where people overdo and over-optimize the press releases. Types of links, guest blog posting. So you find blogs that you like, related or somewhat related to your industry, you establish a relationship, and you become a guest author. This is still a good way to get links to your website, but you got to analyze the quality of the blog. Bad blogs could mean a penalty and do more to harm you than help you. Article submission, same thing. You find sites, you contribute articles, relevant discussions occur, you get in forums if they're legitimate, newsletters, that type of thing. Got to analyze the quality of the blog or the website. Again, these blogs and article sites could mean a penalty if you are on a bad one. Networking. So good old-fashioned networking, industry associations. Some of them are going to give you free links, some of them are going to be paid. What are your current opportunities? Who do you have relationships with right now? Social media and local. Again, set up all of your social accounts, even if you're not going to be a heavy participant in Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Set those all up so you can check those off the list. The links you're going to get are going to be no follow or redirects, but they still show you're active online. And many of these count as citations, which can help bolster your local presence. And use these to signal your other links. So when you publish an article, you make a blog post, again, share these on social media sites. And these are all free for the most part. You can have paid versions, but these are free. So it's a great way to build and establish your links online, your web presence off of your website. So link baiting. All this is say something interesting on your website, promote it via your social media, and be creative, And what will happen is people will pick these up and they will start to link back to your website. It's not going to happen the first time. You have to keep adding content to your website in order for this to work. Let's talk about white hat versus black hat. So white hat are links you receive with no effort on your part other than maybe creating some good content on your website. Black hat is everything else. So really, most of link building falls somewhere between white and black, because even when you write articles on your site, if your objective is for other people to pick them up and link back to your website, that would be an intentional effort to drive a link to your website. So that requires some effort. So what you do want to realize that there are such things as negative link campaigns, which means that really bad links can penalize your site, and we've even seen examples of businesses spending money on bad links and driving them to their competitors' websites. Happens rarely, but more common than I'd like to see. Other link building tactics to avoid. Again, thousands of links for hundreds of bucks, not a good idea. Leaving comments on blogs just to get a link. Buying links from link exchanges. Swapping links with just anyone. We talked about this. It's worth going over again. Spinning profile pages or content on a third-party websites just for links. Site-wide links. Getting only one type of link. Overdoing one thing, looking for a magic bullet. So how to measure your success. Link measurement tools. Google Webmaster Tools is a great way. You can go in there and look at the links that they see. Ahrefs, another great tool that we like. Majestic SEO does a good job of showing you a large quantity of links to your site. SEO Moz is another one. They've been going by Moz lately. Ranking tools, linking domain. So, ranking tools meaning see how you're ranking, see how your link building is affecting your rankings, right? Linking domains, you'll find out from these tools over here how many domains, not just backlinks, but how many domains link to your site. Backlinks, which are usually going to be a lot higher than linking domains. You might have 50 websites linked to yours, but a total of 200 links. Naked versus text links. These reports will tell you what types of links, follow versus no follow, what the source of those links are, the geography, the site type, all of those types of things. So use these tools to measure your success, to analyze your competitors, and to analyze your progress. Thank you very much for your time today. We enjoyed helping spread the word about good offsite SEO and link building. If you would like more information or free analysis of your website or consulting or SEO services, please give us a call. Dan Smink and Dan Stratford, both of us would be happy to talk to you. We're based, as we mentioned before, in Denver, Colorado. Thank you very much. Have a great day.